latest young and restless spoilers for Monday, January 6 through Friday, January 10. Nick moves heaven and earth to find Sharon. Victor raises hell to send Ian Ward back from whence he came. And crazy Aunt Jordan refuses to stick to the plan. Read all about these teasers and more below. Young and restless spoilers week of January 6. Young and restless spoilers for Monday, January 6. Victor gives Ian Ward an ultimatum. Translation: Ian Ward will not be shaking in his shoes in 3-2. Having been kidnapped by Jordan, Sharon has the rudest of awakenings. No breakfast in bed, for starters. Victoria helps Cole with a tough decision. Something tells us she'll urge him to accept Daddy's offer to run the publishing arm of Newman. Young and restless spoilers for Tuesday, January 7. Knowing that Ian Ward is on the loose and brandishing a "look here, I'm a chaplain" card, Victor vows to protect Nikki at all costs. It seems like yesterday that Sharon was turning a corner. Now Nick is frantically searching for his former wife and trying hard not to fear the worst. Maybe as step no. 1 in her plan to leave the past behind, Phyllis plays Let's Make a Deal with Billy. Get a sneak peek at what 2025 has in store on Young and Restless in the show's New Year preview. Young and Restless spoilers for Wednesday, January 8. As their search for his half-brother continues, Nate and Audra uncover an important clue. Chelsea gives Billy the only kind of advice he'd want from the ex who cheated on him, the unsolicited kind. It's a meeting of Genoa City movers and shakers when Devon strategizes with Lily and Abby. Young and Restless spoilers for Thursday, January 9. Victor tasks Michael with gathering intel about Ian Ward. Although we'd have thought that the mustache would have been keeping better tabs on him all these years. Unwilling to throw up his hands and hope for the best, Nick takes matters into his own hands to find Sharon. Nate shares surprising news with Amy. Young and Restless spoilers for Friday, January 10. Knowing the lows to which Ian Ward is willing to stoop, Nikki fears for Claire's safety. Wisely suspicious of her partner in crime, Jordan goes rogue on Ian. Is it, gulp, curtains for Sharon? Jack tries to convince Kyle that the truth will set him free when he pushes his son to come clean. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The January 6, 2025 episode of The Young and the Restless is filled with drama as Genoa City's most prominent families face tensions and betrayals. The Newman family is on the brink of collapse, with personal dramas and hidden schemes threatening to tear them apart. Victor Newman is distracted by his family's internal struggles, leaving his empire vulnerable. Meanwhile, the Abbotts, particularly Jack and Kyle, see an opportunity to take advantage of Victor's distraction and undermine Newman Enterprises. Kyle, motivated by both personal and professional resentment towards Victor, is eager to help his father execute a calculated plan to destabilize the Newmans, but internal family conflicts continue to complicate matters. In the midst of the corporate showdown, Nick is consumed by his desperate search for Sharon, who has been abducted by the manipulative Jordan. Sharon's condition worsens as she is kept sedated and moved between secret locations. Nick's efforts to find her lead him to a breakthrough when a private investigator traces Jordan to a remote property. Despite the tension and chaos, Nick's determination leads to a dramatic rescue, with Sharon found alive but weak. With Sharon safe, Nick shifts his focus to the brewing battle between the Abbotts and Newmans, where corporate and personal stakes are at an all-time high. As tensions mount, both Victor and Jack prepare for a showdown that could alter the future of their families and businesses. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott's ambition to build a rival company faces significant obstacles, starting with his mother Jill's refusal to support him financially. Billy, not deterred, teams up with Sally Spectra to launch a bold new venture, hoping to attract private investors. Their plan catches the attention of Damien, a mysterious figure from the Winters family, whose charm raises red flags for Devin Hamilton. Devin becomes suspicious of Damien's true motives, especially after witnessing his interest in Billy and Sally's project. As Billy and Sally move forward with their plans, Devin investigates Damien, fearing that his involvement could jeopardize their success. With personal relationships and business ambitions on the line, the stakes are higher than ever, setting the stage for a dramatic clash. The tension in Genoa City reaches a new level as Ian Ward makes his shocking return, and Maria's darkest fears are reignited. Ian isn't just a name from Maria's past. He's the mastermind behind some of her most traumatic memories, especially her time in his manipulative cult. Maria's past with Ian resurfaces, and she is thrown into a whirlwind of fear and anxiety. The once buried scars come back with a vengeance, and Maria knows that Ian's sinister reach may target her family once again, especially now that she has Tessa and their daughter Aria to protect. The news of Ian's reappearance spreads quickly, sending shockwaves through the Newman and Roselle's families. Nick and Tessa reveal that Ian is not only alive, but also free, sparking Maria's deep dread. His past kidnapping of Sharon and Tessa is a painful reminder that Ian has no boundaries when it comes to hurting those she loves. This dangerous reemergence forces Maria to face the terrifying possibility that she may never be truly safe as long as Ian remains at large. Maria's journey takes a darker turn as she's forced to confront her traumatic history with Ian. Knowing that the stakes have never been higher, it's not just about her own safety anymore, it's about the protection of her family. Ian's return threatens everything Maria has fought for, and she must summon every ounce of courage to protect Tessa and Aria from his wrath. The emotional and physical toll of this battle will test Maria's strength, and fans will be on the edge of their seats as she fights for her loved ones. Meanwhile, Diane Jenkins faces her own battles within the Abbott family, adding another layer of drama to the already tense atmosphere in Genoa City. As Jack Abbott's wife, Diane expected to be at the heart of the family's decision-making. However, she finds herself increasingly excluded from important meetings, causing deep frustration and suspicion. Jack, Tracy, and Ashley continue to hold secretive family discussions without Diane, sending a clear message that she is not fully trusted. Despite her efforts to redeem herself and rebuild her relationships, Diane is continually sidelined, which fuels her insecurities and threatens her sense of belonging. This exclusion is more than just a minor oversight. It's a betrayal of Diane's efforts to integrate herself back into the Abbott family and Jebot. Diane, who once held power within the company, is now left questioning her place. Her growing frustration leads her to doubt Jack's loyalty, wondering if he's intentionally keeping her in the dark or if he's harboring lingering doubts about her intentions. As the tension between them rises, Diane's impulsive nature may take over, driving her to make drastic decisions that could have major consequences for her marriage and her standing within the family. As these two separate but intertwined storylines unfold, both Mariah and Diane are fighting for control and security in their respective lives. Mariah must protect her family from an external threat, while Diane grapples with internal struggles within the Abbott family. The stakes for both women are incredibly high, and their stories are set to collide in dramatic ways that will leave fans reeling. In the coming episodes, Mariah's confrontation with Ian will be a pivotal moment. Will she have the strength to face her terrifying past and protect her family, or will Ian's manipulations pull her back into the darkness? Meanwhile, Diane's increasing alienation from the Abbott family could lead her down a dangerous path of revenge and manipulation. The dramatic fallout from both storylines promises to bring gripping tension, unexpected twists, and emotional highs that will keep viewers on edge. As Genoa City braces for the impending storm, Mariah and Diane will face their respective challenges head-on, and their battles for survival and security will have far-reaching consequences. The return of Ian Ward brings imminent danger, while Diane's frustrations with the Abbott family threaten to tear apart the delicate alliances within the Abbott clan. The stakes have never been higher for both women, and as secrets unfold and tensions rise, the drama in Genoa City is sure to intensify. In The Young and the Restless, Noah Newman's absence during Sharon's disappearance initially raises questions about his concern for his mother. However, far from being indifferent, Noah has been conducting a covert investigation, determined to uncover the truth behind her vanishing. His love for Sharon drives him to take a calculated and independent approach, steering clear of the local authorities and enlisting help from family ally Paul Williams. When Paul's lack of response leaves him frustrated, Noah takes matters into his own hands, setting the stage for a confrontation that will rock his world. Noah's relentless pursuit leads him to Ian Ward, a master manipulator known for his sinister grip on secrets. Armed with determination and a weapon, Noah confronts Ian, but the meeting takes an unexpected turn. Ian, with his trademark malice, reveals a shocking claim. Nick Newman might not be Noah's biological father. His chilling words, "You think you know your family? The truth will destroy you," send Noah into an emotional tailspin. This revelation shakes the foundation of Noah's identity. For years, he believed Nick Newman to be his father, a figure he admired and loved deeply. Ian's claim isn't just a blow to Noah's self-perception, it's a calculated attempt to destabilize him. Noah's mind races with possibilities. Could Ian be lying, or has his life been built on a carefully guarded secret? Determined to uncover the truth, Noah resolves to confront both his family and his mother, Sharon, for answers. The implications of Ian's revelation ripple through the Newman family. Nick, known for his unwavering love for his children, is likely to dismiss Ian's claim as another manipulative ploy. However, if there's any truth to it, the consequences could fracture the Newman legacy. Sharon, caught in the middle, faces her own reckoning. If she's been complicit in hiding this secret, her relationship with Noah could change irrevocably. Despite the turmoil, Noah's priority remains clear: rescuing Sharon from Ian's clutches. His strategy involves gathering allies, leveraging Ian's own secrets against him, and planning a direct confrontation. With the help of trusted allies like Detective Ray Rosales, Noah delves into Ian's network, uncovering vulnerabilities he can exploit. The climactic moment arrives when Noah, driven by love and determination, confronts Ian once more. In a tense exchange, Ian taunts Noah with his perceived power, claiming to control his family's secrets and Sharon's fate. But Noah stands firm, channeling the strength instilled in him by both Sharon and Nick. He declares, "I'm not just here to rescue my mother, I'm here to end this." The rescue is fraught with danger, but Noah's unyielding resolve prevails. He finds Sharon, weakened but resilient, and their emotional reunion is a testament to their unbreakable bond. As they escape Ian's grasp, Noah ensures the manipulator is neutralized, leaving Ian powerless to continue his reign of terror. Even after Sharon's rescue, the shadow of Ian's revelation lingers. Noah confronts Sharon for the truth about his parentage, seeking clarity rather than harboring anger. Sharon, torn between protecting her son and revealing a painful past, finally opens up. The revelation, while difficult, strengthens their bond, allowing Noah to reconcile his identity and the complexities of his family's history. Noah's journey, filled with challenges and self-discovery, underscores his determination to protect the people he loves. As he navigates the fallout from Ian's claim, one thing becomes clear: Noah Newman's strength lies not just in his pursuit of truth, but in his ability to face it head-on, no matter how painful it may be. The ever-dramatic world of The Young and the Restless takes a darker turn as Genoa City finds itself embroiled in a fresh wave of turmoil. At the heart of the chaos is Nick Newman, whose rage and desperation reach their boiling point when Ian Ward resurfaces, threatening the safety of Sharon Newman. The scene begins with Nick confronting Ian, a sinister figure whose past actions have left scars across several lives. Ian's return is unexpected and unwelcome, as he attempts to weave a story of redemption. Claiming to have changed during his time as a prison chaplain, Ian insists he has only good intentions, but Nick isn't buying it. Memories of Ian's cruel schemes flood his mind, pushing him to the edge. With Sharon's life hanging in the balance, Nick delivers a chilling ultimatum: release Sharon or face deadly consequences. Meanwhile, the tension escalates as Mariah Copeland and Tessa Porter grapple with Ian's reappearance. Their evening takes a horrifying turn when Ian arrives unannounced. For Mariah, seeing Ian is like staring into the eyes of her childhood nightmare, the cult leader who once manipulated and harmed her. Tessa, recovering from a recent health crisis, is drawn into the fray as Ian slyly manipulates her emotions. His cryptic behavior and sinister smiles only deepen the suspicion surrounding him. As emotions run high, Faith Newman, Nick's daughter, steps into the scene, proving she's no stranger to the havoc Ian has caused. Together, Nick and Faith confront Ian, their shared fury palpable. Ian, however, continues to maintain his facade of innocence, asserting his legal freedom and newfound morality. But Nick's instincts tell him otherwise, and he vows to put an end to Ian's games once and for all. Amid the chaos, Tessa makes a horrifying realization. Ian isn't just a dangerous figure from Mariah's past. He's been hiding under a false identity, possibly orchestrating more harm. The revelation shakes her, especially when she recalls inadvertently sharing personal details about her daughter, Aria. Tessa's guilt is overwhelming, but Maria reassures her that Ian's deceitful nature isn't her fault. Just as tensions reach their peak, an alarming discovery shifts the narrative. Sharon Newman, who was supposed to join her family for an anniversary celebration, is found missing. Concern grows rapidly, and when Sharon is finally located in Jordan's guest room, the sight is nothing short of chilling. Bound and gagged, Sharon's unconscious form raises countless questions. Who targeted her and why? As Nick and Mariah race against time to uncover the truth, Genoa City becomes a web of secrets and danger. Nick's fury remains unrelenting. He orders Faith to alert the police while ensuring Mariah and Tessa remain safe. But even with law enforcement on the way, Nick knows Ian won't go down without a fight. The stakes grow higher with every passing moment. Sharon's absence has left a gaping void, and her vulnerable state only fuels the urgency of her loved ones. Ian's cryptic remarks and refusal to cooperate further cement him as a suspect. Yet, the possibility of darker forces at play cannot be ignored. As Genoa City braces for the fallout, questions linger. Can Nick's determination bring Sharon back to safety? Will Ian's shadow finally be eradicated, or is he merely a puppet in an even more sinister plot? And how will Mariah and Tessa shield their family from the storm that Ian has unleashed? In true Young and the Restless fashion, this chapter promises heartbreak, resilience, and shocking revelations, leaving fans eagerly awaiting the answers hidden in the shadows of Genoa City. Fans of The Young and the Restless are in for a jaw-dropping ride, as the latest spoilers reveal an explosive twist involving Mariah Copeland, Tessa Porter, and the infamous Ian Ward. Just when you thought the drama in Genoa City couldn't get any more intense, this shocking turn of events will leave you speechless. Buckle up, because Mariah's daring mission to save her mother and girlfriend takes center stage, and it's a story you won't want to miss. The desperate search for Tessa. The drama kicks off when Tessa mysteriously disappears, leaving Mariah frantic and determined to find her. After weeks of cryptic messages and dead-end leads, Mariah finally uncovers a shocking truth. Tessa has been abducted and is being held in a remote location by none other than Ian Ward, the deranged cult leader with a dark history tied to both Sharon and Mariah. When Maria realizes Ian is involved, it becomes personal, teased a lie and our insider. Her love for Tessa and her protective instincts for Sharon drive her to take bold, dangerous actions. A high-stakes rescue mission. Armed with determination and a few trusted allies, Mariah embarks on a daring rescue mission. Sneaking into Ian's secluded hideout, she discovers Tessa tied up and visibly shaken but alive. As Maria moves to free her, Ian emerges, his sinister smirk sending chills down viewers' spines. "You've always been a fighter, Mariah," Ian taunts, "but you're no match for me." The tension reaches a fever pitch as Ian threatens not only Tessa, but also Sharon, revealing that he's been orchestrating a twisted revenge plan all along. Maria's ultimate sacrifice. In a heart-stopping showdown, Ian lunges at Maria, but she fights back with everything she has. The struggle escalates, and in a shocking twist, Mariah grabs a weapon and strikes Ian, killing him to protect Tessa and Sharon. The aftermath is raw and emotional, with Mariah collapsing into Tessa's arms as the reality of her actions sinks in. "It's a defining moment for Mariah," said the show's head writer. "She's willing to go to any lengths for the people she loves, even if it means crossing a line she never thought she'd cross." The fallout. Will Mariah face justice? As the dust settles, questions loom over what's next for Mariah. Will the authorities view her actions as self-defense, or will she face serious consequences? Meanwhile, Sharon and Tessa struggle to process the trauma, vowing to stand by Mariah no matter what. Fans are already speculating about the legal and emotional fallout. "Maria's life will never be the same," one viewer tweeted. But her bravery proves she's a true hero. What's next for Genoa City? With Ian Ward finally out of the picture, the power dynamics in Genoa City are bound to shift. But as one chapter closes, another opens. Will Mariah and Tessa's bond grow stronger in the face of adversity, or will the trauma drive them apart? And how will Sharon cope with yet another dark twist in her family's saga? One thing is certain. The Young and the Restless is delivering the kind of edge-of-your-seat drama that keeps fans coming back for more. As Maria's journey unfolds, viewers can expect plenty of twists, turns, and emotional moments that will leave them glued to their screens. The world of daytime television was rocked when news broke that Eric Braden, the legendary actor behind The Young and the Restless titan Victor Newman, had suffered a stroke shortly after Christmas. For millions of fans who have followed Braden's portrayal of the mustachioed mogul since 1980, the incident raises a pressing question. What does this mean for the fate of Victor Newman and the future of Genoa City? The stroke that shook soap opera royalty. According to close family sources, Braden, 83, experienced a stroke at his Los Angeles home just days after the holiday. Although he was rushed to the hospital and received prompt medical attention, the news has left fans and industry insiders deeply concerned. A family spokesperson has confirmed that Braden is currently in recovery and undergoing therapy to regain strength and mobility. Eric is a fighter, the spokesperson assured. He's receiving the best care possible and is determined to get back to doing what he loves, entertaining his fans. A legacy at risk. Braden's portrayal of Victor Newman has become synonymous with the Young and the Restless. Over the years, he's turned the character into a cultural icon, complete with dramatic business takeovers, steamy romances, and unforgettable rivalries. Losing such a pillar of the show would be nothing short of catastrophic for its loyal viewers. Victor is the heart and soul of Y&R, said a longtime fan on social media. It's hard to imagine Genoa City without him. Behind the scenes, Y&R scrambles for a contingency plan. Insiders at CBS reveal that producers are already in crisis mode, brainstorming how to handle Braden's potential absence. Options reportedly include temporary recasting or writing Victor out of storylines altogether. However, both choices come with significant risks. Victor Newman is irreplaceable, one insider admitted. We're treading carefully because any misstep could alienate our core audience. Victor's current storyline, a foreshadowing? In a twist of fate, Victor Newman's recent storyline on Y&R has been rife with health issues. Fans watched as the character grappled with mysterious fainting spells and underwent a battery of medical tests. Some now view these plot developments as an eerie foreshadowing of Braden's real-life ordeal. "It's almost like art imitating life," remarked one fan on Twitter. The writers might have a tough time deciding how to proceed now. The ripple effect on Genoa City. Victor Newman's absence would undoubtedly send shockwaves through Genoa City. His decades-long feud with Jack Abbott, his tempestuous relationship with Nikki, and his ongoing battles to keep Newman Enterprises afloat are the backbone of the show. Without him, these intricate storylines risk losing their emotional weight. Victor's presence brings a certain gravitas to every scene, noted a TV critic. It's hard to imagine the show maintaining its dramatic intensity without him. Fans rally around their icon. As news of Braden's stroke spread, fans flooded social media with an outpouring of love and support. Hashtags like #GetWellSoneric and #VictorNewmanForever began trending, with many sharing personal stories of how the character has touched their lives over the years. "Eric Braden has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember," one fan wrote. "I'm sending him all my prayers for a speedy recovery." What lies ahead? While Braden's recovery remains the top priority, speculation about Victor Newman's future continues to swirl. Will the writers craft a temporary exit for the character, allowing Braden time to recover? Or could this be the beginning of the end for one of daytime television's most enduring figures? For now, fans can only hold their breath and hope for the best. One thing is certain, whether on screen or off, Eric Braden's indomitable spirit mirrors that of Victor Newman, a man who never backs down from a fight. As Genoa City waits for its patriarchs to return, viewers are reminded of the immense impact one man can have on the world of soap opera storytelling. When Candy asked me to fill in on the first young and restless soapbox of 2025, I made a resolution to find the bright side of the soap that so regularly disappoints me. Alas, I broke that resolution before it was even New Year's Eve. Keep scrolling for my thoughts on this short week of episodes and a harrowing hint of what's to come. Small talk? Try *tiny*. Watching Monday and Thursday's episodes, I couldn't help but think that there were a million opportunities for wit, for humor, for interactions that played the way that real people talk with one another. Instead, we got one fine actor after another doing their damnedest to make the best of cutesy dialogue that had been weighted down by tons of recap. We're all used to the hypocrisy of soap characters, but wow, Young and Restless has Phyllis lay it on thick, doesn't it? With the way she goes on about Bestie Michael defending a murderer when she herself tried to kill Christine and Paul. And I guess Phyllis being nasty to Cricket is supposed to be snarky fun. The thing is, it isn't. It just makes Phyllis come off like something worse than a sore loser. A sore loser who doesn't know when to give it up already. Portrait of a narcissist. We know that Victor has an ego that's bigger than the ranch, but would even he really have an 8x10 glossy of himself prominently displayed in his living room? Wasn't the office portrait enough? But at least we can all rest easy knowing that he's found an extended family member to run the publishing division of Newman. God forbid the man ever let his non-existent HR department recruit an employee to whom he wasn't at least tangentially related. Worst boss ever? Would Abby really have made Tessa, whose wife served as her surrogate, work on New Year's Eve? For that matter, would a millionairess like Abby have been working on her first ennui with Devin as her newly minted hubby? No. 3. #MakeItMake Sense also was the moment in which Tessa told her boss and Devin that she was feeling lightheaded, the one in which she realized what terrible friends they are. Neither of them got up to follow her outside and make sure she was okay. "Don't collapse on me," Abby called after her. "We need you. Such care, such concern." Later, Tessa was still feeling crummy and burping up a storm. Give her a Tums already. And still Abby and Devin didn't budge when she excused herself to fall into Ian's clutches. Around that same time on NYE, we were told that it was almost midnight, yet society was at best half full. Could that have been why Abby had to work? Just to make it look to passersby like the spot was hot. No, that doesn't track. If that was the case, Tessa wouldn't have told Warren that the eatery was booked solid. Old blue eyes. Speaking of Warren, we laugh a lot around here about Ian and Jordan's silly disguises, but at last I figured out why the former dresses like he does. He's obviously channeling the Creeper from the Jeepers Creepers horror movies. And did anyone not chuckle when Ian pulled out what was basically a Monopoly community chest card to prove to Nick that he's a chaplain? That's some criminal mastermind level right there. Not a scene goes by that doesn't remind me just how good Christian Jules Leblink is. So can someone please tell me why Michael hasn't been any closer to the front burner than other character storylines in years? On a semi-related note, has Michael started rating the wardrobe of Days of Our Lives, Audrey Leo? I always like it when the show plays Michael and Diane together. Same with Jack and Lauren. But why isn't there any threat to the friendships between these attractive, randy people? Shouldn't we have the vague concern that a little tension in either marriage and a martini too many could lead to a kiss that would blow up all of their relationships? Maybe not. People seem to complain whenever I suggest anything upsetting the apple cart where Michael and Lauren are concerned. Amid all the recapping and water treading that Young and Restless did this week, it also held out some hope for actual twists to come. First of all, there's Ian and crazy Aunt Jordanum's holier-than-Swiss cheese plot to murder Sharon and frame Phyllis. Why the baddies would think that they wouldn't automatically be prime suspects, no. 1 and 2 is a head-scratcher. Guess we're expected to assume that they're just that nuts. And Ian does have that Monopoly card, stating that he's a chaplain now. The interesting thing is that the show almost has to go through with killing, or at least killing, Sharon, or Ian's plan to use Mariah's grief to position himself anew, as her father figure could never come to pass. And in theory, this story has to be going somewhere, right? Personally, I don't get why Ian would want to risk being sent back to prison to once again perturb these people, who weren't even aware that he'd been released. But motivation is not the soap's strong suit these days. Out of the minds of babes. Also intriguing was Daniel, Danny, and Christine's conversation about Lucy, who was said to be majorly angry and unpredictable in the wake of Heather's murder. Anything can happen, Grandpa noted, and it's not always a good thing. For viewers, however, it could be, if the show takes advantage of the gem that it has in Lily Brooks O'Brien and turns her character into a GV version of Granny Sheila. Finally, we'd have a pot stirrer whose machinations make sense. The damage that she does would be forgivable too, because at the end of the day, Lucy's just a screwed-up kid. Next week on The Young and the Restless, a dangerous plot unfolds as Jordan Howard plans to murder Sharon Newman and frame Phyllis for the crime. Sharon, drugged and unconscious, is held captive by Jordan, who aims to make her death look like an accident. The plan involves Sharon being dumped in a river, with Phyllis set up as the one responsible for running her off the road. However, Ian Ward, who has just been released from prison, is also part of the scheme and is working with Jordan in secret. Victor and Nikki Newman become involved in the drama when Ian confronts Victor at their house, and tensions rise as the truth about Ian's release and past actions is revealed. Meanwhile, Sharon's fate remains uncertain as the villains move forward with their plan. In a subplot, Nate is introduced to Damien, a new character portrayed by Nathan Owens, who becomes involved with Nate in a shady business deal. Nate quickly learns that Damien is tied to several suspicious corporations, and there's a looming tension between them as Nate realizes Damien has been missiled into the situation. This plot thickens as Damien is unaware that Nate is actually his half-brother, setting the stage for a confrontation. Meanwhile, Victor Newman is focused on dealing with Ian, who is still obsessed with Mariah and causing chaos. Victor is determined to keep Ian in check, but the situation grows complicated as Ian continues to stay one step ahead, hiding his true intentions. The most intense part of the spoilers revolves around Sharon's perilous situation, with Jordan dragging her to a sewer to carry out the murder. Sharon's life is at risk, but there are hints that she will not go down without a fight. Phyllis, having just decided to let go of her vendetta against Sharon, becomes a key part of the plot when she unintentionally becomes involved in the situation. As Sharon and Phyllis's rivalry is set aside, they may be forced to work together to escape danger. The suspense builds as the audience is left wondering whether Sharon will survive this latest attempt on her life, and if Phyllis will be dragged into the same life or death struggle. Fans are anticipating a dramatic showdown, with the possibility of both women facing mortal peril in the sewers. The lights are dimming on a legendary chapter of The Young and the Restless as two iconic stars, Eric Braden and Melody Thomas Scott, prepare to take their final bows. For decades, their on-screen romance has captivated audiences, making them the heart and soul of Genoa City. Now, fans are bracing themselves for an emotional goodbye as the show's most beloved couple steps away. A legacy of love and drama. Since their debut, Victor and Nikki's tumultuous love story has been a cornerstone of The Young and the Restless. From passionate reunions to devastating betrayals, their journey has been nothing short of epic. Eric Braden and Melody Thomas Scott brought these characters to life with unparalleled chemistry, earning a place in the hearts of millions. Victor and Nikki's love story is the heartbeat of the show, said one longtime fan. It's hard to imagine Y and R without them. Behind the scenes, why now? The decision to leave wasn't an easy one. Eric Braden, who has played the formidable Victor Newman for over 4 decades, recently revealed in an emotional interview that health concerns played a role in his decision. "It's time to focus on my family and my well-being," he shared, visibly moved. Meanwhile, Melody Thomas Scott, who has portrayed the elegant and resilient Nikki Newman for just as long, expressed her desire to explore new creative avenues. "Saying goodbye to Nikki is like saying goodbye to a piece of my soul," she admitted. "But it's time for the next chapter." The emotional farewell episode. The showrunners have promised a send-off worthy of these legendary characters. The farewell episode, set to air in a few weeks, will center around a Newman family gathering where Victor and Nikki announce their retirement and plans to travel the world. In true Y and R fashion, the episode will be packed with heartfelt moments, flashbacks, and a few unexpected surprises. Fans can expect appearances from former cast members and a montage of Victor and Nikki's most iconic scenes. "We wanted to honor their legacy in the most meaningful way possible," said the show's executive producer. Fans react, "It feels like losing family." News of their departure has left fans in a state of shock and sadness. Social media platforms have been flooded with tributes, with hashtags like #FarewellVictorandNikki and #WireLegends trending worldwide. "They've been part of my life since I was a kid," one fan tweeted. "It feels like saying goodbye to family." Another wrote, "No one will ever fill the void they're leaving behind." What's next for Y and R? As the show prepares to move forward without its iconic duo, questions loom about the future of Genoa City. Will the Newman Empire crumble without Victor's iron grip? Can the younger generation step up to fill the void? While the departure marks the end of an era, it also opens the door for fresh storylines and new characters. Showrunner Josh Griffith assured fans that the spirit of Victor and Nikki will live on. Their impact on Y and R is immeasurable, and their legacy will continue to shape the show for years to come, he said. A bittersweet goodbye. For Eric Braden and Melody Thomas Scott, the journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. We've shared so many unforgettable moments with our fans, Braden reflected. This isn't goodbye forever, just a heartfelt thank you for the memories. As fans prepare for the inevitable tears and heartache, one thing is clear. Victor and Nikki's legacy will forever remain etched in the history of the young and the restless. Don't miss their final episodes as the end of an era unfolds in the most unforgettable way possible. Genoa City is about to be rocked to its core as a menacing shadow from the past resurfaces. Ian Ward, the infamous cult leader and master manipulator, has returned, and his presence spells danger for everyone, especially the powerful Newman family. But what does Ian want this time, and how far is he willing to go to get it? A shocking comeback. Just when the Newman family thought their lives had finally settled, a mysterious letter arrives at Victor Newman's office. The chilling message, "I'm back, and I'm watching." Signed with Ian Ward's signature flourish, it's clear that the devil himself has come home. The news of Ian's return spreads like wildfire, igniting fear and paranoia. Nikki Newman, who has faced Ian's terror before, is haunted by memories of his sinister manipulations. Victor, ever the protector, vows to eliminate Ian once and for all. But Ian isn't just back for revenge. He's here to dismantle the Newman dynasty brick by brick. Targeting the next generation, Ian's latest scheme is more diabolical than ever. This time, he's setting his sights on the Newman heirs. Victoria, Nick, Abby, and Adam find themselves drawn into Ian's web of deceit. The cracks in their relationships widen as Ian exploits their insecurities, pitting sibling against sibling. Victoria's leadership at Newman Enterprises is challenged when Ian leaks confidential company documents, causing a media frenzy. Nick's family life takes a hit as Ian stirs up unresolved issues with his ex-wife, Sharon. Meanwhile, Adam's dark past becomes public knowledge again, threatening his fragile bond with Sally and their newborn son. Nikki's secret weapon. Nikki, determined not to let Ian win, seeks help from an unexpected ally, Phyllis Summers. Phyllis, with her tech-savvy skills and unyielding determination, dives into uncovering Ian's latest hideout. Together, the two women form an unlikely but formidable team. As they dig deeper, they uncover a shocking truth. Ian has a secret accomplice working within Newman Enterprises. A dangerous game. The tension reaches its boiling point when Ian lures Victor to an abandoned warehouse under the guise of a truce. Instead, Victor finds himself trapped in a deadly game of cat and mouse. Ian taunts him with videos of his family in peril, each clip designed to inflict maximum emotional pain. Meanwhile, the Newman siblings come together to protect their legacy, but trust is in short supply. Accusations fly, and alliances shift. Ian's ultimate goal becomes clear: to fracture the Newman family beyond repair and seize control of their empire. A twisted endgame. In a nail-biting showdown, Victor and Ian face off in a battle of wits and wills. Just when it seems Ian has the upper hand, a last-minute intervention by Nikki and Phyllis turns the tide. But Ian has one final card to play, a bomb rigged to explode, with Victor's life hanging in the balance. As the clock ticks down, will the Newmans be able to outsmart Ian and save their patriarch? Or will Ian's vendetta finally succeed, leaving the family in ruins? The fallout? Ian Ward's return has already left an indelible mark on Genoa City. Even after the dust settles, the Newman family will never be the same. But one thing is certain: in the world of the young and the restless, danger is always lurking just around the corner. Stay tuned for the explosive aftermath and the next chapter in this gripping saga. Victor Newman's confrontation with Ian Ward marks a high-stakes battle for the Newman family. After Ian unexpectedly shows up at Victor's estate, tensions quickly escalate as he taunts Victor about past grievances. Despite Ayan's arrogance and calculated threats, Victor is not intimidated. Victor swiftly subdues Ayan, delivering a blow that sends him to the ground, and drags him to a secret underground cellar, a soundproof chamber used for keeping enemies under control. However, Victor's victory is short-lived as he begins to suspect that Ayan's appearance was part of a larger, well-planned scheme designed to trap him and expose his secrets. As Victor prepares to neutralize Ayan's allies, the situation becomes a deadly game of strategy. Victor's wife, Nikki, becomes an unexpected accomplice in the plot to contain Ayan. Realizing the gravity of the situation, she joins Victor in securing Ayan in the cellar, where the prisoner's isolation leaves him without any means of communication or escape. Though the chamber is perfectly designed for containment, Nikki's fear grows as she wonders if Ayan had anticipated this move and whether someone, like his accomplice Jordan, might be preparing to act. Meanwhile, Ayan remains unbroken, using his cunning to strategize even in the darkest of circumstances. He had left instructions with Jordan, knowing that if something went wrong, his loyal ally would act on his behalf. The threat of Jordan taking action adds another layer of danger to an already volatile situation. As the days pass, the tension builds within the Newman household. Victor and Nikki's actions could expose the family's darkest secrets, and the risk of Ayan's allies, including Cole and Michael, discovering the truth is ever present. Though Victor is confident that Ayan will never escape, Nikki's anxiety increases as she fears the fallout from their actions. Ayan's health deteriorates in the damp chamber, but his resolve remains unbroken, and he continues to strategize from his confined position. The situation becomes a dangerous standoff where both Victor and Ayan are playing a high-risk game. The fate of the Newman family rests on whether they can contain Ayan long enough to protect their legacy and avoid devastating consequences. The battle between these two master strategists has only just begun, and the stakes have never been higher.